Good afternoon, happy Tuesday, and welcome to Coffee and a Card. I guess I'm so excited I got myself a frog in the throat. I am Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and we are going to have some fun this afternoon. So I'm going to use a couple of new products. I was going to say stamp sets, but they're not both stamp sets. I have a super fun announcement as well, and I think I'll do Happy Mail first, and then I'll do my announcement. That way, if as people are coming in, they don't miss it here at the beginning of the video. But if you're watching on replay, I do want to say that today is Tuesday, July 16th. Because it's going to make a difference when I talk about my fun announcement coming. Okay, but first, let's start with some Happy Mail. And then we're also going to make a project today, and it's not Christmas, in case you were wondering. And yeah, I better take a drink. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do Happy Mail, and then we will chat. The first one is from Amy Siegler in Florida. It says, stay tuned for an important message. Hey, that's perfect. Stay tuned. I have an important message after Happy Mail. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Although it is almost my half birthday, so that's fun. Does anybody celebrate their half birthdays? I do. I think it's super fun because I think birthdays are super fun. So my half birthday is on July 29th. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's fun. Okay, this one, oh, I forgot to say who it's from. It is from unknown person in Alabama. You guys, you have to remember to put your names on your cards. I really want to say who made these beautiful projects. But sometimes you guys forget to sign your cards or put it in your return address label. So this one says, thanks so much, using the Frames and Flowers designer series paper. And this blank on the inside. Very pretty card. Then I've got one from, oh, well, see, this person put their name on there, but the post office covered it up with the, with their stamp. Julie, I think it's Julie Carrion from Utah. Let's see, maybe she also signed the inside. That's always helpful too. Yes, Julie Carrion. Okay. Forget what I just said, because sometimes you put your name on it and the post office messes it up. Oh, let me take her note. Let me move her note because it's falling down. And it says, thank you. How fun, the way she layered all those circles on there. And you can see some of them are stitched. Oh, that is so fun. And then she just put her note on a separate piece of paper. But that's a super fun design. Okay, and then, oh, I also want to say, to protect her card, she actually put a little piece of window sheet. You see that? You can see my ring light reflecting on the window sheet. Excuse me. So a lot of times people will try to slip, like, something in to protect the front of the card. This, she just used a little piece of window sheet. All right, last one is from Sue Beggar in Montana. And it says, be grateful for what you have, be proud of who you are. And using the, what is that, the dots? Some sort of dot embossing folder. And then the Full of Life designer series paper. And see, she's embossed the DSP and the cardstock together. So it ends up looking like it all comes together. So, what a fun design. All right, you guys, good afternoon. Welcome to everybody who is coming in. So I said at the very beginning, but I wanted to wait for more of you guys to come in here today. I have a super fun announcement. So, I want to preface again for people on replay, it is July 16th. So if you are watching this after July, what I'm saying is not going to apply. So my super fun news, Josh and I, we are moving. Now, I had shared I think it was last month, I shared a picture of a possible place, and we had walked away from it. We decided it wasn't for us and that we weren't going to move. We were going to stay where we were for another year and just kind of figure things out. But last Tuesday, 1 week ago today, after I did a Facebook Live with you guys, Josh and I went to go see a house, and we heard about it from a friend of mine. Her sister owns the home, and so my friend reached out to her sister to see if, she was looking for a renter. We're just renting this house. We didn't buy it. And so last Tuesday, we went to go see the house. And then on Saturday, we signed a lease, and we're moving August 3rd. So it is all happening very fast, which is kind of the way that I live my life. And I think it's probably harder for Josh than for me, because this will be my 42nd address. So I've moved a few times. But the fun thing for you guys is that I don't want to move everything in this room. I just don't. So I would like you to save the date for Friday, July 26th. So a week from Friday, I am going to do a mega moving sale. So for example, you can see back here, there is a ton of stamp sets and cardstock, and you can even see some of the DSP that's back here. It all needs to go. So I'm going to do a Facebook Live with Josh, and we are going to sell all of this stuff, hopefully. So share with your friends. I will post a link for where it's happening, all the times, details, all of that. But Friday, July 26th in the evening, we will do a moving sale and hopefully clear out some of this stuff. Elizabeth says I moved a lot. Yes, I have. My family moved a lot when I was growing up, and one day I sat down with my mom to figure out how many addresses I had. In fact, it was for my 40th birthday. I asked if she would help me figure out how many addresses we had lived at in my lifetime. And it was 40. So I did 40 addresses by the time I was 40. And so here we are. Now I'm on 42. So that's super fun, I think. And I will have a craft room in that house. So this studio here, I will be moving back to my house. It's just, I think it's going to work better. I do love it here. I do love this studio space, but I would also love to just have it all in the same place. So we're going to try that again. And if it doesn't work, I'll find another spot. So, somebody's asking, will I be in Iowa? Yes, I am not leaving Cedar Falls. So we're moving about a mile from where we currently live. So not very far. And there's a program here where you can hire local college kids to help you move. And not only do they get paid, but they also contribute to a scholarship fund for the kids who are helping you move. So we're going to do that, and they will get to load up all the boxes here, at the studio. So that'll be super handy to have. And so, yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm just trying to watch your comments here. Kathy says, yes, 42 addresses, and I'm 43. How old am I? Oh my gosh. I'm 43. So 42 addresses, 43 years. She says, well, I miss my walks to work. No, I won't. But there is a wonderful neighborhood that we are moving to that I can walk around. So Josh sends me a text every day at noon to remind me to get up and go for a walk, because I can get so ingrained in work that I forget to stretch and go for a walk. So he sends me a text every day to remind me. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a wonderful way to hire help. I thought it would be just a great way to support some local college kids, but also to support me not having to carry boxes. And they'll put it in the room that you want it to, so I just have to stay in the house and tell them what room to put all the boxes in. So that'll be really great. So I'm also going to take you along for the ride of packing and moving a craft room, organizing, getting rid of stuff. I'm going to video this whole process so you guys can come along and see what that looks like and maybe get some tips and ideas for your own crafting space as well. All right, let me see if I missed any questions. I don't think so. Yes, Vesta, I'm super excited about the craft room. So, and it'll fit my classroom too, which is really fun. Okay. All right, I got it all. So let's make a card. Let me go ahead and put my camera down so that we can make a card for today. And got some dies here and some ink. Let me get a bundle. And we're going to get this one. And we're going to get these. Okay. So I am using, just going to bring it all right here. And let me get my cord out of the way. All right. So today I am using two different things. The first one is keeping tabs. So this is a stamp set from the annual catalog. And there's a coordinating die or punch, I think, for this. I think you get your pick. I think this is one of the ones where you can pick whether you want a die or a punch for it. But I really like the words that are in here. So we're gonna do a masculine birthday card today is what we're doing. And then I'm not actually using this stamp set, but I want you to see the whole bundle. So this is called Changing Leaves. And I actually picked these two on purpose because you might get the pun that my life is changing as I leave one spot. And I'm going to have you guys keeping tabs on me as I show you videos on how my move goes. It amused me. It's the small things in life, right? So we are going to use Changing Leaves, except I'm not using the stamp set. I am using the dies and embossing folder. So this comes with a hybrid embossing folder, which is absolutely gorgeous. Let me grab this here so you can see what that embossing folder looks like. And then the two pages of dies right here. Oh, and then also these two. But I'm using these two today, so that's why they weren't stuck on the sheet. Okay, so I'm going to take these back off. So let's take a look first at the hybrid embossing folder. Okay, so we are going to start with, I need to cut a piece of paper. We're going to start with a piece of Lemon Lime Twist. And I'm going to cut it to be 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by, oh, I don't want to use that piece. There's a little mess up here on the edge of this piece, so I'm just going to turn it around. 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to be embossing that. And then we'll also use another piece, but we don't have to cut it. So let me grab my machine. And you've got some options when you're using a hybrid embossing folder. So first what we're going to do is just use it as a straight, regular old embossing folder. Okay, so I'm going to stick, oh, do this in the right order. So I'm going to stick my platform number 1 in here. And then I am going to put my card, or my cardstock, inside here. And I'm just going to line it up here on this green line, or maybe I'll go this way. We're going to switch it up. We're going to go this way. Okay. So now I'm going to run that through the machine. And what I have is this gorgeous embossed piece of paper. And it is heavily embossed, you guys. These leaves are pretty deep. I mean, you might even be able to see how much the paper is curling because it's such a deep impression. So here's one option for you. Now you can also, and we're going to use that on our card, but I do want to show you one other thing in case you're not familiar with hybrid embossing folders. So there's also this large die. And on the side of the embossing folder with this black line here, we can line up this die, and you'll feel it kind of click into place, so to speak, where like if I try to wiggle it, my die is not moving, okay? Because it kind of clicks into place, so to speak, so that you can stick it right there. So now what we'll do is, let me just grab this piece of paper. We will take a piece of garden green, and I'm just going to set it here. I'm not worried about it being too long. And then I'm going to do this again. So I'm using plates 1 and 4. Okay, let me move this machine. And now what we have is these leaves are not only embossed, but they're also cut out for you. So I'm trying to see if you can see, can you see some of that detail there? You can see the veins of the leaves. Let me just pick this up. So we got a couple of more leaves here, and they all have that detail veining, whatever you call it, lines in the leaf. So you could do this from, you know, designer series paper. You could do it obviously from cardstock here, and you've got some, you know, embossed pieces. You could even fussy cut some of these leaves that are on here and use them on a card as well. So this is why it's a 3D, this is why it is a hybrid embossing folder, because you can just straight emboss, or you can emboss and die cut it out at the same time. And this set is also not just for fall, which is why I'm using it today, because I'm not making a fall card. Just making a masculine birthday card. And actually I need the machine back. Let's go ahead and do our other 2 die cuts while we're here. All right. So we'll put this platform back, and I'll switch to my other sandwich because we're just going to use some regular dies. And we're going to do Garden Green and Lemon Lime Twist is our color scheme for today. So put these stitched shapes on here. Whoops. And we'll get these 2 cut out. So Garden Green and Lemon Lime Twist is the color combination. Okay, I think that's all I need the machine for, so probably safe to set it aside. My very, very well-loved plates, as you can see here. All right, so we have our stitched, I don't know, kind of a long ovalish shape, and then a circle. They both have stitching on them. And these dies are also in this Changing Leaves bundle. So here's the large one that we just used. And then you also have a variety of leaves and shapes here as well. So there's 3 different kind of labels that you can use, and then the different leaves. Okay. So let's make a card base. This is Garden Green, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5, and we're gonna score it at 4 1/4. Okay. And then I'm also going to take this other piece of Lemon Lime Twist, and I'm going to cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. So same size as the front one. Okay. So now what we can do, we'll actually turn it over here and start with the inside of our card. And I'll go ahead and adhere down this Lemon Lime Twist. I already had a scrap of Lemon Lime Twist to use to cut this out, but I could have cut this out right here in the middle, because once I layer this down on the inside of the card, no one would know that you had taken a bite out of it, so to speak. If I had die cut this circle right here, we're just going to cover it up. So that's a great way to maximize your cardstock as well. But sometimes I already have scraps ready to go and I don't remember to do that when I'm doing these cards on here. Okay, so you can see our beautiful color combination happening here. So we'll turn it over and we're going to work with this sheet. So I'm going to start with some garden green ink, and we're using the happy birthday stamp from Keeping Tabs. And I'm just, oops, got some little fuzzies there. We're just going to stamp that right here on our stitch circle. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be building up my card. And I'm going to have kind of my stitched oval, probably somewhere around like there. And the circle's going to go here, but I also want some ribbon here. So we will start with just the garden green piece. So I'm going to do it just a little bit off the page, like so. And then I'm going to kind of eyeball where this is going to be, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tape here. I want this tape to be able to be covered up by the circle though, so that's kind of why I was eyeballing where it's at. Now we have a ribbon pack called the Gold and Silver Trim Combo Pack. And I've been using a lot of gold on all the Christmas cards I've been making, so it means I've got multiple rolls of silver sitting around. Oh, there's a scrap. So I'm trying to think of ways to use the silver trim that I have. So we're going to do that today. We're going to see if this scrap just might be long enough. So I'm going to start down here. We're just going to press that onto the tape. And then I'm going to wind it back and forth. And ooh, I think it's going to be like almost the perfect length. Just have to cut a little bit off. There we go. And then I'm going to use dimensionals to attach my circle. So get, oh, my dimensionals are stuck. There we go. So we'll just dimensionalize the circle. And then we'll add that right over the top of that silver trim. And it's going to hide that tape that I used to hold the silver down. Just like that. So I'll flip this over and we're just going to trim off the edge of our strip here. And then I will add adhesive to the back. Now with 3D embossed pieces of cardstock, I like to add adhesive to all four sides so that my piece will stay nice and flat when I stick it on my card base. Make sure I've got this the correct direction. And we'll just add this here, like so. And then, oh, scissors coming at me. And then I can crease it down to have our beautiful birthday card. Now I'm going to come up here a little bit because I want you to be able to see those leaves there. And I know sometimes at certain angles you can't quite see them, but you can see that beautiful embossed leaves here that I hate to cover up. So I just wanted to have my sentiment kind of off to the side over here so that it doesn't cover up all these beautiful leaves. And then we have the same coordinating colors on the inside. So just a fun way to show you that changing leaves is not just for the fall. It can be used any time of year. So right now the leaves are nice and green here in Iowa because we've been getting so much rain. And so it just made sense to do that. So, oh, I'm glad you guys like my play on words for the stamp sets. I thought it was kind of fun to do. All right, you guys. So just a reminder to save the date for Friday, July 26th for our mega moving sale. And Josh will be here with me on Facebook Live, and we'll be doing our moving sale. I think you can see, let's see, you can see stamp sets over here. If I move this way, those are all bundles that I've got ready to go. So there's just lots of stuff happening here as we get ready to move. So save the date for that, and I will post more information probably tomorrow about where to find that. Well, thanks for tuning in today for Coffee and a Card, and I hope you enjoyed this card. And don't forget to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.